Let's see how we can create a custom script for quick lookups in Bible Gateway during RSI. This is a script for Dragon, and the first disclaimer is that this only works if you have Dragon Professional Individual. So here I have Dragon Professional Individual 15. And the first thing I always do, and I would suggest that you do this as well once you have your profile set up, is go into Tools and go to Options. And I always remove all the hotkeys. You just click Edit and then delete each of the hotkeys. That's to avoid any interference during when I'm using the commands that I'm going to create now. And I also like to change the appearance. You may notice that this is not the usual appearance. That's what it usually looks like, but I like the floating dragon bar. So those are two changes that I always make when I first start using a new profile in Dragon. And this profile that I have here is new. I just created it for this demonstration. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a command, or actually 3 commands, that will help us quickly look up Bible verses as we are interpreting. So if for the first example, we are going to create a command that will help us find something like this, for example, Exodus 23, and you can see that the structure of this lookup is going to be the name of the book of the Bible followed by a number. And so that means that we have to create a command that includes first the name of the book, and that will be taken from a list of all of the books in the Bible, and then followed by a space, and then followed by a number. So, and I have a list here from 1 to 300. So what we are going to create is basically what is called a list command. And that means it's a command that has variables. You don't have to worry about programming anything, because I will share this with you, and you can simply copy and paste into your Dragon, as I am going to explain now. So what you do is you go here to Dragon, and then you go to Tools, and then Add New Command, and the commands editor opens. There are different types of commands down here that you can create. The one that we need is called Advanced Scripting. So what we're going to do now is we are going to add the name of the command, but we're not going to type it because this is a command that uses lists. So we need to add the lists to the program so it will know what is included in the lists. So I'm going to click here on Name Editor. Just click there. And the name of your command, you can simply copy this, copy it from here and paste it here. As soon as you paste it, Dragon recognizes that there are lists that are needed here and creates the names of the lists down here. But the lists are empty right now. So I'm going to pick the first list and then select Edit. And I will share this file with you that has the numbers from 1 to 300, and that may be a little overkill for what we need, but better safe than sorry. So I'm going to add, just copy from here, paste here. And then the second part is I need to add the names of the books of the Bible to this list. So I'm going to click Edit, select, I have the books in English here. I'm going to copy them and paste them here. And let me just clarify that we are creating a command in English right now. If you want to create the same command for other languages, then you will need to do that in the appropriate profile. I would, for example, for Spanish, I would go into my Spanish profile and then create the command there. The numbers, of course, I don't need to change that, but what I do need to change is the name of the books of the Bible. I would need the list in Spanish to paste it here so that it will be recognized when I say the name of the book in Spanish. So I'm going to say OK. And now I have the 2 lists and they are populated. So I will say OK here. And you can see that the command name is showing up here. I am now going to select the actual command from this file. And again, I will share this file with you. It goes from where it says submain to end sub. So just copy that and then paste it here. And now we have the command there. And what this command will do, just to explain briefly, you're going to see it in action in a second, but what it does is it will execute BibleGateway.com in Chrome, which is my default browser, It will wait 1.5 seconds, and you can change that wait time depending on how fast or how slow your computer is. This works for my computer. That means it will wait that long for the website to open, and then it will send the first variable, which is the name of the book. That's the first variable that corresponds to this list var1, which is list variable 1. And then after that, it will wait 1.1 seconds. Then it will send a space, and then it will send the second variable, which is, of course, the number. And it will wait 0.1, and then it will press enter. So I'm going to save the command now. And one more thing that you want to do before you start using this command is make sure that you go to modes and that you have selected command mode. Normally, Dragon is in normal mode, and that means that it accepts when the microphone is on, it accepts dictation and commands. But for this, we want it to be in command mode only, because if it's in normal mode, then any text field where I have my cursor, let's say that I'm texting my booth partner, anything I say will start being dictated there, and I don't want that. I just want Dragon to help me with the command to look up this information. So I am in command mode, and I will turn on the microphone, and I'm going to say this. Oh. Exodus 23. And you can see how it opened the program. It opened Chrome, and it opened it in Bible Gateway, and it entered the passage there, and it looked it up. Let's try another one. If I say for this, it has to be this structure, right? So if I say, for example, Chronicles 2, there it is. So, and you can see that it is being deployed correctly. So now let's add a second command. I'm going to minimize that, and I'm going to turn off the microphone just for safe measure. And so I am going to add a second command that will now have this structure. And again, you will get a copy of this, so you just need to copy and paste. So I go to Tools, Add New Command, and once you have added these commands, you don't have to worry about adding them again unless you lose your profile, because the commands are tied to your profile. So for my second command name, remember first I select Advanced Scripting. I go to the name editor, and I am going to copy this command name that I have here. And now it tells me that I need 3 lists. I have the first 2 lists. Remember, they already exist. If I go in here and say edit, it already exists, right? That's the list that I had added earlier. And I also have 1 to 300 that exists. But I don't have 1 to 302, which is the second list of numbers that I need. So I need to edit that. I'm going to select once again all of these numbers here. Just paste them there. Okay. And, oh, yes. So I have Bible books 1 to 300, 1 to 300. Okay. So now I'm going to copy the command that I have here that I will share with you. And I wrote this command to include something else. So the beginning of the command is the same as the previous command, but up to here, after the second variable is added, it will wait, and then it will type a colon, and then it will wait 0.1 seconds, and then it will add the third variable. That's because we need the Bible book, a space, the chapter, a colon, and then the verse number, and then it will press enter. So I'm going to say save, and now I am going to try the command with this example. I'm going to say Exodus 23.2, and of course I need the microphone to be on. Basically, the microphone would need to stay on all the time as you're using these commands. So I'm going to turn it on. Exodus 23:2. And there it is. Let's try another one. Let's try James 23:2. And of course I could use a different number, right? Oh, that of course didn't work. Let's say Numbers 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, that is not going to work because I have not added the right command yet. Numbers 2, 3. Okay, so then we are okay, and that's working fine. Now it's time to add the third command, which is for this pattern, which is a range, right? And let me turn that off. So that's the range that is being that I need to be recognized. So for this one, then I have, this is the name of that command, and this time I would need to say the name of the book of the Bible, followed by, let me make it a little bit bigger, a number, and then another number, and then 2, and then another number. And you see, I'm going to need to add a third list. So I would say, the way I would say it is Exodus 23, 2 to 5. And so the program would be recognizing these 2. What is going to happen is the exact same steps that we saw before are going to be deployed, plus after the third variable is included, which is, this is variable 1, 2, 3. So after the third variable is included, when I say the word 2, instead of the word 2 being written out, there is going to be a hyphen, and then the last variable is going to be added. So let's create that command. So add new command, and advanced scripting, name editor, and I'm going to just select the name from here, paste it here, and it will recognize that I need several lists. The first 3 are okay, or the 2 for numbers and 1 for Bible books. I need to add to this one, and I have the numbers here. I actually should have them in the clipboard, but just in case, there they are. Okay, and now I am just going to copy and paste this command. Make sure that when you copy this, don't copy the word command. Okay, it's from submain to end sub. Add it here, save. And so now let's test it out with Exodus 23, 2 to 5. Exodus 23, 2 to 5. And we have a problem, of course, because it's in understanding that 2 to be a number 2 instead of a hyphen. So that may be a limitation of that command when you have a number 2 followed by the word 2. So I'm just going to turn that off for now, and I am going to try with a different number, a different example, just to test it. So let's say 3 to 5. Okay, let's see how that works. Exodus 23, 3 to 5. I wasn't fast enough in saying the second part, so what deployed here was the first command, this one, instead of this one. Let's try it again. Exodus 23, 3 to 5. Okay, so now we have all 3 commands working. So now I'm going to try the scripts. I'm going to close all of this. Let me save that. Close all of this. And I have a few popular Bible verses in this list, and let's try them out and see how that works. Hopefully it will work. 2 Corinthians 5, 7. 1 Corinthians 13, 4 to 5. Exodus 23, 25. John 11, 25 to 26. Psalms 23. And so that worked okay. Of course, if you want to use a different version of the Bible, you just select here the one that you like best. And once you do a lookup, it will be using that version from now on. So let's try it again. 2 Corinthians 5, 7. And you can see how instead of the New International Version, which I had on at the beginning, now it's looking it up in the New American Standard Bible.